With Aquaman coming up pretty soon, I'm going to be concluding my DCEU reviews with Justice League. Before I go on, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that share button, and if you're new here, smash that subscribe button so you can watch more reviews like this one, and give a little tap to the gray bell icon for notifications on my latest uploads. Back to the review. Justice League is about Batman and Wonder Woman who find out that this villain Steppenwolf is coming to Earth and bringing his army of weird alien things with him, and they decide to put together a team of other metahumans to stop the coming apocalypse. Upon rewatching this film, I feel like I have my complete thoughts on this film, what I really truly feel like after watching it again. This is a complete course correct, sometimes for the better and other times for the worse. Some of the changes I liked was that there was one clear-cut focus on what the story is. My main issue with Batman v Superman was that it tried to cram in a Batman vs Superman storyline with a Doomsday storyline. I feel like the Doomsday storyline should have been shoved way further down into this universe. And I feel like a Batman vs Superman story was all the story we needed. Justice League has one narrative throughout the film. Stop Steppenwolf and his intergalactic army from taking over the world. Is it cliched? Yes. But is it done well enough for me to overlook the clichédness? And is it a single narrative that I can comprehend? Yes. However, there's also some shortcomings to that course correct as well, because sometimes it feels like they really lightened up the characters so much to where they don't really resemble the characters that they previously were. Mainly Batman. Batman was an aggressive motherfucker in Batman v Superman, and most people said he was the best part of that film, and some would say, including me, that he's the best live-action incarnation of Batman that we've seen up to date. In this one, he's still good, but they kind of lightened him up a bit. I don't know, like there's one scene where he gets thrown, he goes, "Oh, my leg. Oh, is it broken? Yep, I think it's broken." That's not really the same character we saw last year. Well, in Justice League it was a year ago, which right now would be 2 years. We're getting on to 3. Shit. So yeah, the characters do kind of feel squeaky clean at times and don't really have that edge that they used to have. And I'm not saying that's because the movie was lighthearted. No, that's not the issue at all. Like, Wonder Woman was more lighthearted, but it still kept that feel of the DC universe. I mean, yeah, it was a little bit more lighthearted than Batman v Superman, but it did have that kind of DC grit that I do really like. Justice League doesn't quite have that. Some of the other issues that I'm not really sure if it's part of the course correction or whatever, I don't know, but the film looks very bland. Like, the colors seem very flat and don't really pop out, or at least, if they're not popping out, like, they're, like, I don't know, it's something about the images that I don't really think looks natural. It feels like they shot the film to look a certain way, but then they colored it to the point where it looks kind of odd and kind of jarring. And it doesn't really help that the CGI is not very good at all. It looks very rubbery. It feels like a very big step back in terms of visual effects than the amazing visual effects we had in Man of Steel and the very good visual effects we had in Batman v Superman. I also feel like the film should have been a little bit longer. Like, there are some plot elements that seem to be wrapped up pretty quickly, and I feel like there should have been a little bit more time to breathe for those things to sink in or allow them to, I don't know, be fleshed out very much. And that's probably because the studio mandated a 2-hour running time. And it does feel that some things were cut out of the film. And no, there's no such thing as a Snyder Cut. As much as I would love to see an extended version of Justice League, there's no Snyder Cut. Please just get it through your heads. There's no Snyder Cut. A lot of other people suggest that there should have been more movies from the other characters to lead up to Justice League before they do a Justice League movie. And I don't think I agree with that, because we've seen many movies before that have big team-ups, but they work out just fine. Like Star Wars A New Hope introduced a lot of characters, but yet people consider that to be a classic. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, that introduced a lot of characters, and yet that was very cohesive. The first X-Men film, I don't like it, but everyone else seems to really love X-Men, and that had a bunch of characters thrown into one movie, and people seem to be fine with that. Or what about Guardians of the Galaxy? Guardians of the Galaxy threw in a bunch of characters and nobody complained. The problem with Justice League has nothing to do with the fact that they didn't lead up with movies from the other characters. That may have worked for the Avengers, but that's not the only way it can work. And as I just showed you, you can throw in a bunch of characters and make it feel very cohesive. Even though I do think the characters being in this film was actually not that badly done in Justice League. I feel like that was an element that was done very well. And even then, I feel like all the characters get their chance to shine. Like, you know, Batman gets to do something cool, Superman gets to do something cool, Wonder Woman gets to do something cool, everyone gets to do something really cool. The standouts to me are definitely Ezra Miller as the Flash, and Jason Momoa as Aquaman, who we're going to be seeing pretty soon. The Flash especially has one moment where, I'm not going to say what it is, I mean, you probably saw it, I don't know, but there's a scene where the Flash gets surprised at something that he's never experienced before, and it's fucking hilarious. It's like a look of fear or something. Again, you'll see it when you watch it. It's just really, really funny. Overall, what makes this film work are the characters. They are very well done in this film, except, Batman's a little bit wimpy-fied. I feel like he was made a little bit more kid-friendly, but whatever. Their interactions with each other are very, very entertaining to watch, and they do feel like a legit team, which is what you want for a superhero team-up movie. And so, I'm going to be giving Justice League a 7 out of 10. Oh boy, can't wait for Aquaman. So, are you guys looking forward to Aquaman? And what do you think of Justice League? Let me know down in the comments below what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like, share the video so we can get the channel circulated. Don't forget to support my Patreon on my Patreon page, or if you can't do that, then consider supporting me through my PayPal donation button in the description below. And if you want to see more, click this.